Do you oftentimes feel comfortable, understood, heard, safe? Well, not everyone does. Today, I will be speaking with you about a couple of personal experiences in an attempt to become vulnerable with you, in an attempt to share some common or not so common experiences. Today, I will be speaking to you about my hometown, about my grandmother, and about art. My hometown, McKinleyville, California, which is in Humboldt County, a very small county which is predominantly white. I, being mixed race, Mexican on my dad's side, white on my mom's side, felt like I didn't belong. I felt insignificant and like I wasn't represented in our community. This made me struggle with my identity. I started questioning myself. I started losing myself. I didn't see beauty in who I was anymore. My grandmother was someone that always helped me with my self-worth. My grandmother being Eloise on my mother's side, my grandmother on my mother's side, she was the embodiment of power, even though she was a very small woman. She was the warmest part of my childhood, and I do not say that lightly. She held herself in such a strong and powerful way that made everyone believe that what she was saying was important. I, being the middle child of 5 kids, felt very small, very silenced. I felt like what I had to say didn't matter. She always told me, what you have to say matters. And it will always matter. This energy that she was giving to me, that she was feeding me, fueling me with, was actually fueling my passions and helping me create a sense of self-worth. With what she gave me, I began to paint. I began to watercolor and sketch people who looked like me. This is a self-portrait of myself from a couple years back. Obviously, I'm a bit paler because I was in Northern California. I began to paint people with features like me, who hold themselves like I do, who looked like me. It felt liberating. I felt like I have finally created a space where I am heard, where I am seen, where I am understood because I created it with my own 2 hands. Although Humboldt was not the best experience for me, my grandmother really, really was. She was so warm and strong, and she helped me pursue my love for art. And in the long run, my love for art turned into my love for myself. Now that I've shared a bit about myself with you, about my hometown not being so awesome, my grandmother being the best person ever, and art, my experience with art and liberating myself, let that linger. Let that stick to you. Remember this conversation we had when you meet someone new who maybe hasn't had the same experiences as you, maybe looks a little different than you, carries themselves differently than you. Remember and tell yourself that what you have to say and the way that you present yourself, your presence to other people and your understanding for other people is so important, and you need to hold on to that and you need to give that to other people.